Students, in this video, we learn the concept of adjoint of a matrix. Here we have a square matrix A with the elements as A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. Then we'll find the cofactors of each of the elements of the matrix A. So here capital A11 is the cofactor of the element A11. Similarly, capital A12 is the cofactor of A12. Capital A13 is the cofactor of A13, and so on. Then after that, we make the matrix which is composed of the cofactors of the elements of the matrix A. Then after making the matrix, take the transpose of that. The new matrix obtained by taking the transpose of the cofactors of the matrix A is known as the adjoint of A. So here we have the definition. If A equal to Aij, where Aij is an n cross and that is a square matrix, then adjoint of the matrix A is denoted by adjoint Adj. See, we write Adj, not full form adjoint. Adj, then the matrix, whether it is A or B or C, whatever. Adj, that is adjoint of A equal to Aij, that is a square matrix Aij n cross n. Then transpose of that matrix. We have not to take the matrix Aij n cross n, but we have to take the transpose of the matrix Aij, where capital Aij is the cofactor of the elements of the matrix A. Now, some theorems we are having, the proof of which are not in the syllabus of class 12. The first one is, if A is any given square matrix of order n, then A into adjoint of A, if you multiply A with the adjoint of A, then the answer of that will be equal to determinant of A into I. Similarly, if you multiply adjoint of A with the square matrix A, then again it will be equal to determinant of A multiplied by I. So where I is the identity matrix of order n. So this important theorem, the application of this are in word problems. So you can go through it. So this is our first. We have initially gone through the adjoint of a matrix definition, and then we have gone through theorem 1. Now let us go somewhat further. Next, singular matrix. A square matrix A is said to be singular if determinant of A equal to 0. Find the determinant of square matrix given to, if it is 0, then we say that the matrix is singular matrix. And if the determinant of the matrix is not equal to 0, whether it be plus, minus, whatever it is, but not equal to 0, then we say that the matrix is non-singular. So what is a non-singular matrix? A square matrix A is said to be non-singular if determinant of A is not equal to 0. Now we have the second theorem in the topic of adjoint of a matrix, that is also without proof. If A and B are non-singular matrices of the same order, then AB and BA are also non-singular matrices of the same order. That means if determinant of A is not equal to 0 and determinant of B is not equal to 0, then if you find the matrix AB and the matrix BA and then find the determinant, they will be also non-zero. Next one, if determinant of AB will be equal to determinant of A into determinant of B. So sometime in word problems it is like this. They are asking you to find the value of determinant of B, and determinant of AB and determinant of A is given to you, but determinant of B is not given. So this is one important theorem that is to be applied in such problems, such questions you can apply it. So again, what is that? Determinant of square matrix AB is equal to determinant of A into determinant of B. Theorem number 4, again without proof. A square matrix A is invertible if and only if determinant of A is not equal to 0. Invertible means if you multiply A with the inverse of the matrix A, then the resultant will be identity matrix I. So that is known as inverse of the matrix A. So here we have square matrix A is invertible if and only if determinant of A is not equal to 0. Now further we'll go. We learn the concept of inverse of a matrix. If A and B are square matrices such that, suppose we have two square matrices A and B, and on multiplying A and B we get the identity matrix I of the same order as of A or of B, then again also if B and A, multiplying the matrix B with A, if we get the identity matrix, then we say that A and B are inverse of each other. A and B are inverse of each other, and we write therefore B equal to A inverse and B inverse equal to A. And do remember that A inverse is not equal to 1 by, it is simply a matrix which are multiplying with A inverse, simply a matrix which are multiplying with the matrix A will give the identity matrix. So A inverse is not to be confused with 1 by A. Now we'll learn the formula for finding A inverse. So from theorem 1, we are having here theorem 1, you can see here. From theorem 1, what was theorem 1? If A is any square say matrix of order n, then A into adjoint of A equal to adjoint of A equal to determinant of A into I. Now we know that if you multiply two matrices and their product is equal to I, then they are inverse of each other. So what we have to do in this case is divide all the three with determinant of A. So on dividing that, what we will get here? You can see it here. A into adjoint of A equal to adjoint of A into A equal to determinant of A into I. This is what we have got from theorem 1. And dividing all the three now by determinant of A, we will get A into adjoint of A over determinant of A equal to adjoint of A over determinant of A into A equal to I. Then this is a scalar quantity, so we can take this whole as matrix B. So what we are getting here, A into B equal to B into A equal to I. That means the inverse of A is this matrix B and the inverse of this matrix is this one. So that means we have taken B as adjoint of A over determinant of A. Therefore B equal to A inverse. Why? Because we are getting A into B equal to B into A equal to I. So A and B are inverse of each other. So the inverse of this matrix A will be adjoint of A over determinant of A. Therefore we can say that A inverse is equal to 1 by determinant of A into adjoint of A. It's a very, very important formula which is to be applied for finding the inverse of a square matrix. Now some important notes we learn. If A and B are square matrices of same order, then AB inverse equal to B inverse into A inverse. So if you are having a square matrix which is composed of two different matrices A and B, then AB whole inverse will be equal to B inverse into A inverse. Very important formula you should remember. The next one, if A is a square matrix of order n cross n, then determinant of adjoint of A equal to determinant of A raised to n minus 1. If A is a square matrix of order n cross n, then the determinant of adjoint of A will be equal to determinant of A raised to n minus 1, where this n is nothing but the order of n cross n. So from that n you have to take value of n. So you can go through this all. We have started from here. These concepts are very, very important to learn, because unless you learn them, you cannot do questions of inverse. So this adjoint of a matrix. Then we have gone through theorem number 1. So do learn them. And then we went for the singular matrix, the non-singular matrix, theorem 2, theorem number 3, theorem number 4. Then we learned the concept of inverse of a matrix. Then we learned the formula for finding A inverse. So inverse formula, A inverse equal to 1 by determinant of A into adjoint of A, very, very important formula. Then two important notes, that is AB inverse equal to B inverse into A inverse, and determinant of adjoint of A is equal to determinant of A raised to n minus 1. So very, very important concepts.